Good morning student. Today I am going to start the function write and write lines function through which we can write the information in the text files. And another mode, that is the append mode, both are in also write mode. But what is the difference between write mode and the append mode? Let us come on. First we can use the write function through which we can write the information. So here I am create a file abc.txt. F1 is the file pointer. F1 is equal to open d:/tmp is the folder having this file, and that is in write mode. So what's going on when we write the information in this file abc.txt? So write information we can take here for I in range 3 colon name is equal to input, enter your name, enter name double quotation, and then we can call the file handler with the write function. We can write name plus double quotation /n. That is used for the deliberate end of line. Okay, so we can use here the end of line. Okay, now we can for the end of line means that the first line, otherwise all the information whatever written in the abc.txt file, so in a single line, so from 1 by 9, 9 by 9, that is the, so we can use this /n. Okay, now we can close the file. F1.close. That is very important. F1.close means that your data is permanently written in abc.txt file. If you can't use F1.close file, if you want, then what's happen? Your information first write in the buffer. So at that time, if the power supply gone, you can't use, if you not use this F1.close, so what's going on? If the power supply gone, so data in the buffer, so data will be lost. So when you write the code, so you first write the F1.close. So that is the first thing. So there is a function that is known as flush. When you write the information, and we can use the flush, we can call the flush method. The flush method forcefully take the information from buffer to the file and write in the file forcefully. So what's going on? Then we can write here F1.flush. F-L-U-S-H. When you write anything, we call F1.flush. When you write anything, we call F1.flush. So the information from buffer to the file. So we can use flush. That is important for the flush. And then we can close this file F1.close. So what's going on? There is a file, text file, that is abc.txt file, abc.txt. So here the first name, that is abc, that is Ram, and the second is Shyam, and third is Geeta. So the loop going on 3 times, we will execute 3 times and 3 names will be write this abc.txt file. So after compilation and execution of this program, then you open this abc.txt file, go to the D colon, then tab folder, then you can watch. You can see that abc.txt file contains these 3 files, Ram, Shyam, and Geeta. Okay. And then what is the use of append mode? Write lines we can, for the later we can discuss. First what is the use of append mode? When we write here append mode A, okay, the same file abc.txt file. Now we want to add some information for the append, then you can add the new information with the old information. Okay, so we can use append mode. If you are again write mode, so the old information will be truncated. Okay, so that's why we can use append mode. That is the difference between write mode, that is W, write mode, and append mode. Okay, append mode always contain the old data with the new data, but the write mode contain only the current data. The previous data will be truncated. So that's why we can use append mode. The same we can again execute this loop, and the same information, here the 2 times the information going on, then execute it. And what's going on? we can, after execution of this program, we can again add the two names like Amod and Yogesh. Okay, so again you can execute this program. You can put up these two values because you put up the name, and then what's going on, you can see that open again abc.txt file. You can see that this text file contains the Ram, Shyam, Geeta and new information Amod and Yogesh. So that is the append mode. Now next point, we can come on the write lines. What is the use of the write lines? The write function, this write function only one string write at a time. But the write lines, you can contain the lots of information, lots of text in a list, and then you can write that information. If you want to write more than information, more than text, so you can use the write lines. Okay. So the same program you can call here. Again, you can create another file in the write lines, that is xyz, the file name change xyz.txt, and this is the write mode. Again write mode. Okay. Now we can use here a list having some information, welcome, and another information, Python. Now these two texts are written in the list, and we can write this information again f1 dot write lines, and then file close f1 dot close. So what's happened? The information, when you compile and run this program, when you execute this program, so what's going on? The information, this is the list, and this list information having welcome and Python and written in this file xyz.txt. So write the information. So the information is written, look like this: welcome Python. So that is the use of write lines. Okay, the information written welcome Python. So that is the two functions, write and write lines. Write string at a time, write lines more than a string, that is in the form of list, and append mode to add the new data with the old data. So that is the use of this. Now next point, we come on how we can use. Now you can also see the content. You can also see the content. You can also, with the help of the programming, you can see the content of the file. Okay. So we can use same. We can call another f1 dot f1 is equal to. Here is we can use f2 because we can read the file. So we can call f2 is equal to open. The first file name is abc.txt with the full path d://tmt/. We can use here file name abc.txt double quotation, and then we can, here is the read mode. Whatever the content written in the old file abc.txt file, you can read the information with the help of the programming also. Okay, so we can read here the file. You can call here f2 dot read now we can call here f2 dot read function. Okay, file close f2 dot close. File close is very necessary, otherwise your data will be lost. Oh, that is very important because the data are going in the buffer. But there is another, whenever you open the file in read or write mode, your data will be in the buffer. Whenever you write, whenever you read, the data first come in the buffer. So that's why we can use f2 dot close. That is very necessary. Otherwise, the power supply or your temporary your data in a buffer will be lost. So that is very. So this is the simple program. You can call the same file abc.txt, and with the read mode, when you call f2.read and read the whole string, you know very well the read function is used for the whole string in a bytes, and f2.post, then we can post. So this is the simple program through which you can read the complete number file. Now next topic that is also very important, that is absolute and relative path. That is very important. Before starting this, we can first create a drive. We have an E drive. Okay, this is a E drive, and this colon slash is known as root directory. That is a system wise created by the system directory. Okay, and this directory cannot be deleted. Okay, now this root directory contains two folders: A with a file abc.txt. This B folder also contain a file cba.txt. Now again A contain a subfolder, that is C, which contain another file that is known as xyz.tpt. Now this is the file directory. Okay, now the first is absolute path. Absolute path means that the whole location, any whole path. It means that where is the file located, and where it is basically located, where what is its parent directory, and where is the subdirectory. All the things we are going in a single line. So how we can see that if you want to see the location of xyz. So what is the location of xyz? First it is in drive, then E drive contain the A, then A contain the C, and then C contain the xyz. So that's absolute path, means that it contains four things. What's going on? Let us see with the example. E contain A contain C, and C contain xyz.tpt. So this is known as absolute path. This is known as absolute path. The second is relative path. A relative path contain two things: a single dot and a double dot. Single dot means that is current location, yani the file where it is current location. So if you are using the current, if you want to the current location of xyz.ppt, so what's going on? The dot slash xyz.tpt dot c slash xyz.tpt. You can write the dot slash, in that this file contain in current location. But when you write the double dot means that your file in the parent location, yani where basically this file contain in the parent location. Parent means you switch from the current location to the parent location. The parent location is A drive, A folder. Okay, this is the parent location. So parent location means that your file in the parent location, that is in this A folder. Okay, so that is different between single and double. Single indicate the current location of the file, and double dot show the parent location of the file. Okay, so that is very simple example through which you can identify that what is the difference between absolute and relative.
Okay, welcome student again. In practically point of view, how all the things will be happen. Let us see with the first function, that is the write function. Okay, now in this coding you just was the file out. This is the file pointer, that is the file object, contain the stu student.dat file, but we can take here the location basically where we can store this file. So we can put up here the path. Okay, so now write down the path here, control. So this is we can use here double slash sign. Okay, again here the double slash sign. Now this is your file pointer contain having the function open with the parameter file name and the mode. So in the write mode. Now there is a for loop having put up the three names of the student. Okay, and then we can call the write function. So we can write this write function having the variable name which hold the value with the slash delimiter slash for the end of line. Otherwise your information write in a single line. So that's why I am use here /n for the end of line. Okay, now we can save this file and execute. Now I put up the names, you just see there, put up the name. First enter the name of the student. I am right here Amod, second Amit, second Ram, then press enter. So now after the completion of putting all the things, we can see this information is written, and already this information is written in student.dat. So we can move E drive, we can open E drive, then the Python program, then our file stu. So let us see where is stu. This is the stu. Now this stu contains 3 information: Amod, Amit and Ram. Okay, so this is the first example. You just see how we can see the content of write the content in the this one file. Now next program we can use the with the help of this program we can see the content without moving seeing the location. You just see what's content, you can see the content with the help of read function. So again you can write the same location and then double slash and also double slash. Okay, now you can, this is again we can use the str file in dot read and print str and then file close. Okay, so we are just open the same file, the file name is changed stu. We can see here the file is stu. Okay, in read mode. Okay, this program through which we can see the same content of the file without switching from program to in the folder. Okay, so execute this program. You just see the information is written, show here Amod, Amit and Ram. So this is the program through which you can read the content of the file. Now second, we can use the append mode. Append mode means that the same file, the information written in the student.dat file, now you can add some another information. If if you are using here write, so your previous information will be truncated. So to avoid this, we can use the append. So this is also a write mode, but this is the append through which you can add the new data with the old data. Okay, so again we can put up here the path, the same /, double slash, we can use here and a double slash. Now this again contain the for loop, the same name, the same things whatever in the previous file. Okay, only here we can call the function call the for loop in 2 times. Again save and then execute. Okay, now enter the name of the student. Now here we can use ABC, the first name of the student, and the second is XYZ. Okay, now press. Now after the execute, after putting the value of the putting the values, now we can again run the program, read program, the read program, the same file. We can execute. We can see your previous information with the your old information with the new information. Old information Amod, Amit, Ram, and the new information ABC and XYZ. Okay, that is very easy. Now the second form of write, that is write lines. Okay, the write lines function basically contain the lots of text in the form of list. So that's why we can use the write lines function. Okay, so now again we can use the write lines. Let us see the same student, we can override the data. Let us see again. We can see here student stud. Okay, the date. Now again we can write mode, and the information here is the hello and Python in the list form. Okay, now we can call the write lines function having the parameter list. Again the close file, that is very necessary. In the previous in the video I'm already told you just use the file.close, otherwise if the power supply gone your data will be lost. Okay, so that's why you use the file.close, file pointer with the close function. Now again we can save this file and execute this file. Now open. So now the information written written in student.dat file. Okay, now again open the read mode file, again student, the read mode file, but in the read mode file you see that Amod, Amit, Ram, ABC, this is the information of the stu.dat file. Okay, but now again we can write the information Okay, having the list information, है ना, having the Python, welcome Python. Now again you can run this program, then seeing that there is the information is hello Python. So what's going on? The previous information will be truncated and the new information written in your file stu.dat file, okay, with the help of list functions. Okay, so that's why. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.